All right, hi, good afternoon to one and all. Today I am going to teach something about the Photoshop. Well, when I speak about Photoshop, yes, we have been learning about what is the menu bar, and also we have been learning about few internal things that we have to overcome while we are editing the image. So today I'm going to take you with the external parts of, the external part of the internal menu bar. That is, we have edit, like we are gonna do so many things with the Photoshop. That is undo options, create options, and so many things. Okay. So before I go ahead with the Photoshop and explain you about the Photoshop menu bar, I'm going to take you with the edit options. And as well, I also wanted to revise once again what we have been learning in the before classes. So yes, we have been learning about what is actually a Photoshop. Yes, Photoshop is basically an editing software, and it got two options. One is to edit and other one is to create. So these two are the highlight points that we have to remember whenever I speak about the Photoshop. Yes, we have amazing careers in Photoshop as well, and recently we've been looking at so many people coming into digital media by learning only Photoshop. So it is a basic software that helps you in getting a good career and also good options for your upcoming careers. Okay, so now let us see the tab, and let us see the interface of the Photoshop once again. So when I speak about the internal, when I speak about the internal interface of the Photoshop, yes, we have been learning about the file. Yesterday we have been learning about the file. Okay, when I speak about the file, yesterday we have been looking at the options, that is new, open, browse, open as, open recent, save, save as, import, export, page setup, print, and then exit. So these are what we have learned in the menu bar. So today we are going to basically go through the edit option. If we have edit, if you can see in file thing. Okay, I'll show you in a digital format. So what I'll do, I'll just show you in a good format. So I'm going to open this for you and then show you in a clear what is the menu bar looks like. Okay, so the menu bar looks like this. And or else we can also do like this, edit. Okay, so now I'm going to paste this and then minimize it, and then only crop the wanted thing for us. So I'm going to crop this for you, then I'm going to show you this. Okay, so here we have file, edit, file we have seen yesterday. So whenever I speak about file options, yes, we have been learn about few important things that have to be remembered every time in the menu bar, file option. And then we have edit options. In the menu we have edit, where I'll show you what is the first one. The first one is undo. So let us see how it works. So now remember guys, what is the shortcut to open a new tab? Control plus N, and then I'll open a tab, and then I'll give it a background, or let me give a good background for this. Okay, so I have given a background, create a new layer, and then I'll do one thing, I'll just print. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll paint. All right. We are painting now. Remember this drawing that we used to do? I still remember my school days when I used to draw this. This was the only painting I was good in. Okay, so okay, steps. This seems so funny, but you know, can't help it. All right, so alright, so this was a ball that used to create, and then this is one of the paintings I remember still, that I used to do it in my 10th class, or not in the 10th class, but we used to do it in our early hours of school. No, this used to be very funny, but yeah. This is the house that we used to do. Seems very interesting, right? So this is what we used to do, right? Basic paintings that we do. These are used to be called as crops. And this is going to be the sun. So this is what we have done with the use of Photoshop today. So let me go back and see now what we have done. The first option here is, let me show you the undo. There's something called as undo. So now what I'll do, let's see, I'll type Ctrl+Z. So what have happened, the sun which I have created, Ctrl+Z, over, done, it is gone. So even if I type Ctrl+Z again, it will just get forward and take the option back. Whatever you have been doing, it will just rewind and forward it one step itself. So this is what you always have to remember. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll show you the second option. Step forward, Shift plus Control plus Z. Okay, now also I'll show you Shift plus Control plus Z. If you can see here, they already have given this. So I'll show you. So I'm removing the crops. Now see, Shift Control Z. See, I can redo what I have and done. So this is all what we have done. Okay, so now I am going to show you another option, that is step backward. So when I speak about step backward, we have something called as Alt plus Control plus Z. So what is this? Alt Control plus Z is nothing but it backwards the option that you have been doing it. Like if you want to go back, I'll show you. So this is the undo options. This is the undo options that we can do. So Control Shift Z is to redo the options, and Control Alt Z is something to backward the options. So this is what you have to remember whenever you are doing the Photoshop. So this is the initial painting that we have done. If you want to delete the entire thing that you have done, you just have to delete the layer. So see, the entire layer is gone. So that is what you always have to remember. If you want to go back and get the old painting back, Control Shift Z or Control Alt Z. So we got the entire painting back again. So this is the easiest way to redo and undo the options. So now we have few more options, that is fade, cut, copy, copy merged, paste, paste info, clear. When I speak about fade option, what is the fade option? We'll see in the Photoshop, okay. So the fade is Control Shift F. I'm gonna click this. So fade option is nothing but, you know, to make sure you fade the entire you know, infra of it. So basically if I want to fade this, like Control Shift F, Control Shift I. So basically you have the fade option where you can see the painting that you have done but not the color that you have back. So you can actually fill the color with some light color even if you want to look at what you have done. So show you. See, the painting is the same that you have, right? So this is what we have been doing. So you can even change the background color. If you can see, you can put whatever color you want. Or else you can also reduce the lightness. Just increase the lightness. So I'll put it into the medium level, and then I'll decrease the saturation level, you know, saturation level, and then I'll change the hue to 1. This is a sunny day, and we have so many things that we are doing in the Photoshop, is what we can actually tell you. So yeah, we had the sun here. Okay, so I'm going to put this orange. Gonna go back there and put the hot sun. Nice. So these are the few things that we can do, okay. So in edit we have face brush tool, which means the drawing is going to be the same but the background is going to get things, okay. So now what I'll do, I'll just tell you what are the next options that we have in the Photoshop. We have cut option. That means you are just going to cut this and then you're going to paste it somewhere. For example, if you want to cut something in the Photoshop, it's very simple. You just have to select the layer, Control X, and then create a new layer. And if you want to do it, Control V, obviously this entire copy paste thing is gonna come here. For example, I'll tell you what, I have downloaded something. Let us imagine we have been doing something. Okay, so this is what we are going to work on. So let's see what we can do for this. So I am going to edit and then let me copy something. What I'll do, see, I have pasted something which is extraordinary, that is way something which is not related to any of the object. You can just import it just like that, okay? Or if you can just go to any of the folders, and yesterday we were been working on this. So what I'll do, I'll Control C and I'll then paste it in the Photoshop. So we got the image back. So this is just an option, guys. You can copy paste anything or cut paste anything, and then I think you know about the another options, copy and then copy merged. I'll tell you what, you have 2-3 layers, and each layer you have been doing something, and then if you want to edit or if you want to merge all this, you can go with the copy merged or something, that is Control Shift C. And then we have paste options, that is to just paste the object, and then we have clear, and then the check spelling, and then the fill. So what is this fill? I am going to show you. So this color is absolutely going to change now. For example, here. So what I'll do, I'll look for pattern, and then I'll go for opacity 100%, and then I'll OK. So this is basically the pattern that we have got, and that got by default. So you can basically change this, or you can reduce the opacity of it if your layer is that, or you can basically delete it. Something like that, you have so many options that you can do, but depending upon the situation and how exactly you want to showcase the image, we will be just displaying that over there. So these are the few options that we have in Photoshop, and this will actually help you in understanding what exactly and how exactly you want to over showcase your Photoshop skills. So whenever I speak about the Photoshop, guys, Photoshop is mainly used to be known for the extraordinary editing skills that such as showcase of your skills. That means if you want to create an object, or if you want to edit an object, the basic things that we always concentrate is by knowing what sort of images that we are going to put together to make an output. సో నేను ఎప్పుడైనా మీకు అవుట్పుట్ చేయాలి అని చెప్పినప్పుడు ద బేసిక్ థింగ్ నేను మీకు ఎప్పుడు చెప్తూనే ఉన్నాను, క్లారిటీ ఇమేజెస్ని ఎప్పుడు డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఎందుకంటే ఇఫ్ యూ డౌన్లోడ్ 5 క్లారిటీ ఇమేజెస్ అండ్ ఒక 5 మంచి ఇమేజెస్ని డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకొని ఒక 2 వెరీ బ్యాడ్ ఇమేజెస్ అంటే క్లారిటీ లేని ఇమేజెస్ని డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, వర్క్ చేసినప్పుడు అంతా బాగానే ఉంటుంది. కానీ ఈ 2 క్లారిటీ లేని ఇమేజెస్ మనం పెట్టడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుందంటే the entire resolution of the Photoshop interface that you're working will get spoiled. At the same time, image anta okalaga untundi, a particular area where you have used those 2 unclarity pictures will again spoil the entire work of your Photoshop. So usually nowadays people do a lot of comedy, they cut the faces of a person and put somewhere, for example, nowadays ట్రోల్స్ వస్తున్నాయి, చింపాంజీ ఫేసెస్ పట్టుకొచ్చి మనుషులకి పెట్టడం, these are all Photoshop works. Cut the face and put it to the body. So these are all basic options that we do, but again I'm telling you, the resolution of the picture should be very careful, because when you are falling short of time, either don't worry about it, but don't just hurry up and download any image and start working on it. Basically, put a folder, put every images that you are working with into the Photoshop into that folder, and then avani pattukochi Photoshop lo dump cheyandi. Photoshop lo dump chesin tarvata work start chesesandi. So this is the easiest way that you can help yourself in understanding where all the images, meeku kavalsina images anni oka chotu unnaya leva andaniki adoka reason. I mean, alage madhyalo meeku edaina pettalsi ochindanna sare, ఆ పిక్చర్ని తీసుకొని ఆ ఫోల్డర్లో పెట్టి దాని తర్వాత సేవ్ చేయండి, బికాస్ ఐల్ టెల్ యూ ఆల్ దీస్ ఆప్షన్స్ లేటర్, బికాస్ వీఆర్ నాట్ ప్రొఫెషనల్స్ yet. So right now we'll only talk about the menu bar and finish the menu bar as soon as possible. Okay, so let us see the menu bar here. So here we have fill. Fill is nothing but putting a gradient or putting a pattern in the foreground or the background. And then stroke. What is stroke? We'll also see what is stroke. Okay, so this I'm going to delete this layer because this is actually disturbing the entire image. So I'm going to delete the layer, and again I have the work file which I'm supposed to work on. So now I'll go for edit, and then I'll go for stroke. I'll give a stroke. Okay. Location center, maybe blending, we can put multiply. Okay, so I have to click this picture and then go for edit, and then stroke, and then okay. So here something red color have formed, which you people can't observe so much, but there is something called as blend option which have been affecting in the middle of the interface. That's one option you have, and then we have free transform. This is such an amazing tool, or such an amazing shortcut that I can tell you, because Control T is one of the best options that you have to transform any of the images or to edit. For example, this is the image I am importing, and if I press Control T, I get few options. I get the selection paths. I'll show you. So it's not actually being seen. So what I'm going to do, if I can show you like this, you'll understand. So these are the transform tools. If you can see, once you press the Control T option, you can do anything. So this is the transformations that you can do. This is bidiagonal transformations. You can do it however you want. It just depends upon how exactly you want the image. But when you do like this, what will happen? This is a free transform. So when you're doing a free transform, there is a chances of you spoiling the image absolutely. See, does this look nice? No. Does this look nice? No. Does this thing look nice? No. So what we'll do, I'll also tell you an option to make sure you transform the image without any, and then do it. This is the easiest way that we can do the transformation in Photoshop. And then we have the next options. Define brush, guys. Define brush and define pattern and define custom shape are nothing but we have, okay, apply first, and then once we have clear here, we have nothing. If you can see here, we have rectangle tool, we have polygonal rectangle tool, we have ellipse tool, polygonal tool, line tool, and then we have custom shape tool. So this custom tool is what I am talking about when I speak about edit and then where is that, define custom shape. So these are all the same things, okay. And define brush is nothing but this is a define brush, you know, brush tool. You can see the define brush tool. And then we have this define custom shape as the shape here, whatever shape you want. When you go for custom shape tool, always, you know, import all that you have. You know, the shapes are going to be here at the top. So once you click on that, inside you will have an option. So don't worry that only I have these options. No, you have so many options. For that, what you should do, go here to that double arrow that you can see, click on it and put all. You can see all, right? So once you put all, it will ask for the confirmation and then OK. Now if you see, you will have all the custom tools. These are all the custom tools that we have in the Photoshop. You can put anything, you know, you can basically take anything. So for you, I'll take one favorite, yeah, I'll take this. I'll take this and then I will paste it here. So color I am going to change to black. Okay. So now I have put a tool here. Now what we'll do, we'll transform it as well, small to make feel of somebody walking. So control shape 1, control J, control T, flip horizontal, enter. J, shift plus, but this is artificial. I mean, it doesn't look good, right? This seems like a small kid work. Okay, let's basically learn like this. You know, we are going to implement very so many things. Don't worry about all this. It's just it's a basic custom tool that we have applied. I just want to show you that. That's all. These are the few options that we have in the Photoshop. So this is the custom tool I am talking about. In custom shape tools, we have so many custom tools. You can basically put anything, you know, you can write anything, you can paste anything, and it's all these are the custom tools. Okay, you know, you can put here, oh man, I don't know why it's, so I'll turn this to black, I'll turn this to black. Then I'll get this to the top level and then I'll take another custom, I'll go to the custom tool, then I'll select another tool and then start it. I'm gonna put it here. Okay, so this is what we have created. This is the initial start work of Photoshop that you should always remember. If you want to put any of the shapes and tools in the Photoshop, this can basically help you in understanding how exactly to start the work in the Photoshop, because these options will help you in understanding how you can start the Photoshop, and how you can basically develop the Photoshop to the next instant or the next level. So always I suggest you people to understand what exactly we have been learning in the Photoshop from the couple of minutes, in fact, to support it. So this will help you guys. This will help you guys in doing it. So so this will help you out in understanding it. So now I'll actually will tell you about what is exactly the last tools in Edit. So here we have purge, color setting, and preset management. I'll quickly finish it off. So when I speak about all this, when I speak about purge tool, we have undo and history. This is nothing but the history of what you have been doing from the first to last of the editing interface. And then we have color settings. Would love to tell you about this color settings. This is the advanced mode. If you want to start the advanced mode, we also have the advanced options of all this. But today is not the right day to learn all this, because you're going to get confused. So today I'm not going to explain you about color settings, but preferences, yes, I'm going to head you about the preferences. Guys, in preferences, what you can do is you can basically download any of the plugins if you want, or if you want guides, if you want units and pulse, and if you have transparency and gamut, you can display in colors, you can download and you can import any of all these plugins into the software, and you can do it. So these are the few options that we have in the edit option. So as thorough as we are with the menu bar, and we have been doing it very quite often, we have been learning about all these. So yesterday we have been learned about the file in the menu bar, and today we have been doing the edit in the Photoshop. Soon we'll also finish the image, layer, select, filter, view and window, and then we'll start with the tools, and then we'll close off the entire Photoshop. So there are so many classes that we were supposed to learn and learn and learn and learn and then learn. So the more you learn, the more you get. So these are the few options that we have in the menu bar and in the edit option. So this is what we have learned today, especially guys. When I speak about Photoshop, Photoshop is always helpful for you guys to understand how exactly and how much do you know the basics of the Photoshop. If you don't know the basics, then learning and doing work in Photoshop is also a waste of time. So yes, that is why I've been learning you, I've been telling you about the basics of the Photoshop, and hope you always learn and practice the Photoshop. So thank you so much for listening to my class, and hope you have understood the class. And if you have any doubts, you can just comment down on the video, and please practice as much as possible. And I am Kranth Patnaik, and I'll be taking more classes for you.